Welcome to more World of Horror. It's been way too long since I picked this game up. It's been so long that the modding community has actually ground out some additional content for me to show off, as well as some, base game content. They haven't put out an entire, full playthrough's worth of new content, so we'll look at 3 new mysteries that I've downloaded from one of my favorite mystery makers. That would be Haspin, very, very prolific writer and artist behind many of the custom mysteries I played. Found 3 more that he put out a while ago. And we've got a new character. Suzuki. Only wears her broken motorcycle helmet. We'll never see her face, I think. But it's a cool design. Having barely made it out alive from close encounters with eldritch horrors, getting injured and losing her bike, she's now out to put an end to the eldritch horrors, hopefully once and for all. Works for me. Yes, it's Twister. Thank you, Say So X in chat. That is well observed. What is it? Miranda Watts? Not Amanda Watts. Amanda Watts is the one who went back in time. But, unless I have those two backwards, because the names are too similar and I always get them mixed up. Anyway. I forget what she starts with. Besides cut artery. One of the things that makes this character unique is it says she got injured. So she starts off with an injury. A very severe injury, too. And the smartest thing to do would be to start on cultist difficulty at least, so we can start with 4 funds. I feel like that would not be in the spirit of this character, so I'm going to start with 0 funds. And actually deal with a cut artery for a while. Until I organically, build up the money that it takes to heal an injury like that. I could also start with the 7th curse to have a bunch of funds when I start off. Not going to do that either. Knight Errant, we can cheat our way around. Fatalist, doesn't really matter. What seems fitting? I mean, this character could have an Eldritch Parasite. Eldritch Parasite is very difficult to actually beat. I do have a recording of me beating it with 1 HP in both Reason and Stamina. Which is miraculous because you cannot heal when you have the Eldritch Parasite. 1 in a million chance there. So, let's see. I do like Scars. Yeah, Scars seems perfect. Lower max Stamina and Reason, but our Stamina and Reason is already in the dirt. Reduce all incoming damage. That seems very solid. I could undo that benefit by going against Ithotu, who does 1 additional extra damage. I think it's 1, but sometimes it seems like even more than 1. And 1 is a lot. Ithotu can be very, very deadly. Casting spells, whatever. Don't want additional old god effects. I'd like to have a chance of not having contaminated water. Egotheg is actually pretty safe, and this is going to be a hard playthrough. Although it does prevent me from using Doom as a resource that I can spend to buy stuff. So I'll be getting a lot of extra Doom. And this tends to be the most harmless. Now, this is usually the most harmless. This is the second one. This would probably be third, if I were to tier my Eldritch deities. I'll take Egotheg. Mostly because it's fun to say. So, we start with a cut artery. We've been through worse. Cut artery means every time I investigate something, -1 stamina. This does a lot to counteract my scars. I think we have increased starting stats so as to make up for our cut artery. Pretty sure that's the trade-off we're going with. Not entirely sure. This might be a slightly underpowered character. And custom mysteries tend to be slightly more difficult than base game actual, like, written by the developer mysteries. So he might be in a spot of trouble. We'll find out. Got library notes. Those could be good. Witness Curse is all I got before throwing them away. Convert all stamina damage into extra doom. Is that permanent? Rituals are usually permanent. So that is risky. Very risky. Especially because stamina damage is one of the main things I can afford to take. And here's our alternate costume. It's pretty awesome. We'll stick with this one for now. I don't know if I like how the portrait is like shadowed like this. I feel like I'd want a cleaner look. Like this. This looks fantastic. The portrait is like partially buried in shadow. You lose a lot of the details that way. Clearly a stylistic choice. But the sprite does look really, really good. Doesn't need to be buried in shadow because it looks so good. We'll get my reason back, so I'm back to full. Okay. None of the custom mysteries appeared on the same slot. So we're good there. We're going to get to go through all three of these. The Your Yearnings of a Yellow U. Trepidatious Topic of a Teenager's Tongue. Gross. And Languishing Log of a Leeching Loom. Abnormal Arms, Violent Vigil. Pretty sure, yeah, our customs will stay exactly where they started. So we're good there. These would be pretty good. These are the two mysteries that were added in the second most recent update. So I played them slightly less than most of the base game mysteries. There are unique drawings for all the masks. Oh, and here's a much cleaner look at our sprite. Not sure why it was partially buried in shadow previously. Wordless Ward is kind of useless to us, and it's pretty difficult. Crimson Cape might be fun. And Contagious Coma is fine. It has a fairly difficult boss fight that we can just skip if we want. And this one gets us a mask. That seems fine. But we'll start with some of these customs. Languishing Log of a Leeching Loom. I have no idea what these custom mysteries are about. I just know that I haven't played them before. I'm very interested to see what they're about. Chiyokawa has become the center of a minor fashion craze thanks to a talented seamstress. Meanwhile, strange disappearances plague the town since last week. Are people being made into clothes? Is that... Did I just solve the mystery? This includes Yamato-san, your neighbor. He disappeared yesterday, but because the police are swamped with similar cases, your neighbor is asking you to help find her husband. You hope he's alright. So we got a personal stake in this one. Yamato-san is known for frequenting several ramen shops downtown after a hard day's work. Maybe he overstayed his welcome at one of them. He could be passed out drunk. Sounds like the Yamato-san I know. I've never met this guy. I do need a weapon, but I have no money. Well, I have very little money. So I'm actually going to start by digging some up at the tree. In exchange for hunger. -1 charism, which was already my lowest stat. Consider it a dump stat. Like I'm playing D&D here. Charisma. If you're min-maxing, you throw all the charisma out the window. If you're role-playing, you're probably going to max out charisma. So that you can imagine that your character is super hot. And played by Justin Timberlake. Why was that my first point of reference for a hot guy? I am aggressively asexual today. Sorry about that. We're gonna want a steak knife, probably. Flashlight. I prefer a compass. But a flashlight is okay. It will take too much of my funds. I only have 3 to work with for now. So, we re-roll and still get nothing. Pretty much the exact same pile of crap he had on offer last time. Do you need to be booped? Is this why you're not helping me? Clearly not. This is still garbage. Okay. I'll take the compass, because there's nothing else here. And I don't want to visit there yet, because it is dangerous. So, one of my favorite D&D characters ever was a bard, whose stats were atrocious, like all 8s, basically, except for a 14 that I rolled, and put it in charisma. And I roleplayed like someone who had significantly higher than average charisma, that's for sure. Talked myself into and out of all sorts of terrible situations. It was very fun. Yeah, the hardware store probably would have been a better choice for me. The illegal shop I got rid of, but hardware store would have served me well there. You know what? I still need a weapon. So that's what we're gonna do. Oh, that's terrible. But manageable. Shame to get it so early. But we will live with it until not anymore we live. Clearly the best way to have said that. Shovel is all that's on offer, and I don't have any more doom to spend, so I'll take your shovel. Normally I hate the shovel because it's very slow. And still getting my doom penalty. Whatever. Love the little chibi sprite. We're gonna find a lot of events that I've never seen before because I have hundreds installed, so the more you investigate, the more you start to think that maybe the old gods are right. Maybe the world needs to change, and you can help bring it. We become Thanos. And our helmet has become significantly more cracked due to dropping below 9 stamina. Embrace the old gods, renounce them, or pretend to worship. That seems like a charisma check. These are probably knowledge. I'm renouncing. Luck check, success. Secretly, my luck is very, very high, and I still barely beat it. Bravely announce that you will defeat the old god, wondering if he can hear you as you renounce him. Renounce as much as you like, but you have no influence on the plan of the old god. So this was pointless, but no penalty at least. Unless I failed. Yamato-san, a big wally Yamato-san with a pencil mustache. He was here yesterday. Strangely, he didn't drink anything, and looked as if he was in a hurry. I think he said he was going on a trip to another city or something like that. He left the town and didn't tell his family anything. Maybe someone at the bus station saw something. Worth a shot, I guess. Standing near this young couple, you're startled when they start to argue. Hear something about some seamstress's clothes and spending too much money. Let's eavesdrop. Dex check, failure. They spot me immediately and yell at me. Honestly, that's weird of them. At the bus station, you learn that Yamato-san was asking about the seamstress. And he wasn't the only one to do that recently, as several other married men have also asked about her, and have disappeared soon afterwards. She'll return to Yamato-san's wife with this new info. Well, return I shall. Okay. Here's where I get my cash back. and go to the doctor. Patch up my sliced artery. After I sell my fondest memory. It's for me. You know, we'll go to the hospital now. Rob it, and get this fixed. Glorious. Might need those painkillers. Seamstress, Yamato-san's wife, suddenly becomes very aggressive. I told him I wouldn't buy any more clothes from her. Did he think I'm a liar? Is that his reason to abandon me? After calming your neighbor down, you get the mysterious seamstress's address. Shop is located in a nearby village. It's time to catch a bus. I feel like we should just go right to the village because traveling between sections of the town doesn't actually cost any time. Based on game mechanics. This time, we gotta investigate thoroughly. For the 1000th customer. You don't eat at this ramen shop often. Or stopping by today. 1000th customer, free bowl of ramen. Chow down. It's mediocre. And then we have vomiting and diarrhea. Food poisoning for free. Lucky us. The village women are very happy to help you out. Man or woman, big or small, she can weave fashionable clothes for everyone. Go check them out yourself, you won't regret it. With wide, manic smiles, they point you toward her workshop. Off we go. This is technically the highest difficulty we're on. Although there is a Harbinger of Doom difficulty that seems almost impossible to complete. This is hard mode. Harbinger of Doom is like super hard. And it's just this mode with more significant punishments for every failure. Every luck-based failure. So, this shop is full of young and old women. They're all gushing over the quality and design of the clothes displayed on the shelves, while an old lady sits behind the counter with a toothy grin. Step closer to check the price tags and shudder. There's way too many zeros on those tags. You manage to find a section with much cheaper items. I have no money at all. This would probably be a ritual robe, or whatever it's called. No idea what a festive coat is, but can't afford it anyway. So I just look around. Lose to reason. Fair enough. Focus on what's important and look around the shop. Soon realize that besides the lovely scent of perfume lingering in the air, there's a strange odor coming from the seamstress herself. It smells like ammonia and rotting meat. Delicious. Something's definitely not right about this seamstress and her shop. You wonder if some of the villagers might be willing to gossip. I wonder that later, after I take a nap. 4% doom, but very important health recovery. Well, that's certainly an image. A young girl approaches you, holding a small box between her hands. A present for you, she mumbles, smiling while getting uncomfortably close. A present to stop the long faces. I tried to tell the kid to fuck off. I can accept it, I can refuse politely. I feel like refuse politely would be a charisma check, once again. But I failed a luck check. Open the box and inside you find an eyeball. So shiny and soft. Kinda wish your real eyeball was as beautiful as that one. Perhaps. It could be. Not sure why a glass eye would be soft. But in you go. +1 perception, permanently. Take another rest after that one. My doom is atrocious. And Yeah, my items aren't great either. Hopefully this compass starts to pay off soon. She gives me the creeps, one of the younger boys says. I heard that she spent all her life working at the rice paddies, but after her husband died, she became a super talented seamstress. Would you believe that? And what's worse, my mom can't stop babbling about her every chance she gets. Let us continue investigating. Hello. In the middle of the road, as you're walking down towards the nearby village. But a humanoid figure surprises you with her abnormal number of eyes, and a tentacle to where her head should be. Yeah, this would be mildly surprising. I would spot something a little off about this individual, were I to see them, ever so briefly. Keep your eyes open, automatic reason loss. Stand completely still, she stops in front of you for more than a minute, then decides it's time to go. Well, we're at the end of this mystery. Probably gonna get murdered by the seamstress. Learn more information about the seamstress. She works only at night, with an old loom that she found in the ruined manor by the river, and which she moved from her house right before her husband died. As the sun sets behind the horizon, you creep toward her workshop. The lights are on, and the door is unlocked. Entering quietly through the open door, you hear clattering sounds of the old loom at work. You walk down the stairs into the basement, find the macabre seamstress working on her newest masterpiece. Looks like there's a bit of a disemboweled corpse in the old bathtub. They say violins are made of cat gut. These clothes appear to be made of human gut. The loom clunks and clatters while the cloth is being drawn from the bathtub. Two bloody pink intestines, slick with blood and bodily fluids, are still connected to the corpse inside. This is the source of the exquisite fabrics popular among women in Shiokawa. Human flesh, spun and weaved into high-quality silk through the eldritch power of the cursed loom. You gasp audibly when you recognize the face of the corpse in the bathtub. It's Yamato-san. Your neighbor's intestines are being used to create another set of clothes. You turn to look at the loom again, and notice that the seamstress is staring right at you. Before the old lady can even stand up, you're already running out of the manor. You stop only when you reach the local police station, telling the cops about what you've seen. 1 hour later, 24 policemen are busy turning the old house upside down. They find the butchered corpses of every man who has gone missing in the past few weeks. Next day, you watch the TV report about the macabre loom and the police's investigation. One piece of information, however, chills your spine. The seamstress has fled the manor, and nobody has seen her ever since. She's out there, and she knows your face. Oh, she didn't murder me. There's always that. So, we live to investigate another day. With holes that probably won't last very long. Oh, I should have bought a bottle, but I am out of money. Tragic. Yeah, it would take a magic loom, specifically, to turn guts into clothes. Because that is not an efficient way to make clothes. If it were, I'm sure some capitalist company would have done that with their slave labor workers that legitimately are hired by most clothing brands. Even hired is being a bit generous. Oh. What disturbing thing could happen with a trepidatious topic of a teenager's tongue? Let's find out. Another new mystery. That's a long tongue. And a cleaver. Daigo, one of your younger neighbors, has not been seen for the past few days. People started circulating rumors that he became gravely ill. His mother refuses to speak with anyone about him, only adding to the weirdness of the whole situation. You decide to check on the poor guy, or at least find out from his mother what's happening to him. That's more than fair. Downright neighborly. Reach the top floor where Daigo and his mother share a small apartment. Daigo's mother opens the door when you ring the doorbell and smiles sadly. Ah, it's you. Well, if you really want to know, come in and see for yourself. You won't believe me otherwise. He's suffering from long tongue. He's got Gene Simmons-itis. And I kind of want to go get a bottle and like rest, get my health back. Actually, my health is pretty okay and my doom is miserable, so I shall not tarry. That is a longer tongue than I expected, if we're being honest. When you enter the living room, you freeze. Daigo is sitting on the sofa, staring at you. You see that his tongue is unnaturally long, almost reaching to his knees. You ask Daigo's mother how it happened. We have no idea. A week ago, he woke up complaining about a headache. Since then, it slowly grew bit by bit every day. It's 1 meter long already. We'll ask if we can help. We brought a pair of scissors. Need to grab some groceries and visit the hospital to ask the doctors if they can help Daigo. When you stay with him for a while, you agree. Daigo has trouble walking and eating because of his tongue. His mother returns after a few hours. She says the doctors at the hospital have never heard of a case like this. 3% doom. Fair enough. Yeah, eating would be nightmarishly difficult with a 3-foot tongue. Unless we're talking about eating, I'm not even gonna go there. He's a kid. Best not to touch that live wire. Daigo's mother walks you to the door and asks for another favor. Because of his condition, Daigo has already skipped a week's worth of school. But you go to the school and ask his teachers what material he has missed so far. I'm so preoccupied with his condition that I don't have time to do it myself. She really has a lot of excuses for why she's not helping her dying child more. And I'm probably gonna have to take a doom penalty. I'm gonna go to the monument, trade something for doom reduction, and hopefully cancel out the doom penalty that I was about to take. -2 reason. Ugh, the school is still accursed. Bad luck. Egathig, not happy to see me. I could take a nap. I'll take that nap. School's still cursed. Atrocious luck. Usually if you do some weird event in any other area, Egathig changes his focus and you can sneak into the place where you need to go. Well, an inexplicable murder took place inside the elementary English class. One of the students was found with their skin half melted. You can't find nothing special about this place. Just a blackboard with a set of magnets with English words on them attached to it. And the more you stare at the magnets, the more you feel inclined to play around with them. So, you play with a U magnet, or the person magnet, or no magnets. Oh, perception check, extreme failure. I am failing like everything despite having incredibly high stats, and it's going to kill me. Simply by having very, very bad luck. Most of my decisions so far this run have been correct, but that only goes so far. Not realizing what words there are on this blackboard, you arrange person is empty. Suddenly you do not know who you are. And what is what? As if you've lost your ability to think. You barely manage to shake off this devastating feeling and break the sentence you've created. Hands shaking and head spinning, you run out of the classroom. Well, we're lucky we didn't end up half melted like that other kid. Teachers are sympathetic. He decided against telling them about the tongue, and gave you a list of things Daigo has to catch up with. It's time to return to the poor guy. Hopefully he's feeling slightly better. I don't know why he would be, his tongue is probably even longer. It grows. When you return to Daigo's apartment, his mother is thankful for your help. You notice that she has a ruler in her hand. What are you doing? Daigo's mother smiles sadly and turns to face her son. Decided to measure his tongue every day. I just took another measurement. It grew another 60 centimeters since this morning. It's growing faster. Well, I don't think we're gonna live to see the end of this, as every step of this mystery is costing me reason. I guess I could rest my way through the remainder of this mystery at least, and then this run will be over and I'll have to reset. Oh, why am I getting so little back with each rest? Did I get the pound status? Yep. Makes rest close to useless. Among the worst things that could have happened to me. Well, that might be able to get us through the remainder of this mystery at least, so. Next day you start to wonder, how does one's tongue start randomly growing in length? There must be some sort of underlying medical condition for this, right? Daigo's mother have already consulted the doctors, but you wonder if they've missed anything. You ought to ask them yourself. I don't know why they would release any patient information to us. A total stranger. Take a moment to rest, and a staff member walks up to you. I'm sorry for the delay, but I have your Cortexin for you. I'll take some Cortexin. Charisma check. Barely failed it. Yeah. I think it gives you a reason recovery if you pass that check. I was never going to pass it, because it's charisma-based. Doctors shrug and are confused about Daigo's condition, and have promised to find some solution for it. Sure that they've told Daigo's mother the same thing. You slowly make your way back home. I mean, in theory, surgery would get the job done. It's not ideal, and you probably have to do it again soon after. But, oh, she's got the right idea. You can see doctors wanting to milk endless surgeries out of a kid. They'd get so much money that way. Enter Daigo's apartment to check on him, only to see his mother standing in front of him. You gasp when you notice a meat cleaver in her hand. Ask her to rethink this. Try to calm her down. -2 reason. I'd be dead if I hadn't rested so many times. Calm down. How could I ever be calm about this? Drops the cleaver and hides her face in her hands, sobbing. Grab the cleaver and keep it away from her. Grows even longer. It's now 2.5 meters long. That's much longer. This is terrible. He's a monster. Daigo's mother runs out of the room crying. Well, I'll take that cleaver. That's a fantastic weapon. Sell this sucker off. What was my plan? Oh, yeah. So it's a weird plan. Now I have holes again, which doesn't stack, so it doesn't matter. Since this run is doomed... Let's see what this mask looks like. Yes, I should have known. We are not taking that helmet off for anything. So there we go. Double masks. Can't abandon him like this. You ask Daigo for some patience as you go fetch his mother back. No longer able to speak, all he can do is gurgle and nod his head. Suddenly realize you are alone. Everything feels like it has been abandoned for years. There is no one around you. Reality stopped working beyond this point. I feel like accepting our fate would just kill us outright. Strength check failure. This is such bad rolls. You start running from this bizarre place with no avail and ends up running circles with no one in sight. You are truly alone. Well, Try and get a little bit of reason back. Doom, profoundly inevitable at this point. Hopefully this mystery doesn't have too many more faces left. Find Daigo's mother and she agrees to return. When you two return to their apartment, she suddenly screams and falls backward in terror. What could it be? You run inside and find Daigo sitting on the floor. You gasp in horror when you realize that his own tongue has wrapped around his neck and is choking him. Rush to help him, grabbing onto the slick, slippery tongue. Only then you notice something at the very tip of it. Is that a mouth? The monstrous tongue lashes out at you, quickly unwrapping itself from Daigo's neck. If it does stamina damage, and it does, we might be able to handle the oral alien. It's only got 16 HP. We only have a 25% chance to hit. But we have a lot of stamina. I can do 2 of these. Or 1 of those. How's my brace looking? Brace kind of screws me over, unfortunately. So, I'll just take my guaranteed 6 damage. Sure why it dealt 7 damage there. Oh, monster enemies. I'm pretty sure this is Eldritch. I thought monster was a different category. Mana 51 makes a good point, or was that Man's 51? Yes. Sorry, that font is hard to read. That, Daigo can now do a killer xenomorph cosplay. If he survives this. There. We cleavered him to safety, exactly the thing we tried to prevent his mother from doing. Get out of here. Daigo screams in pain and collapses to the ground as the weird tongue creature, no doubt weakened by your struggle, separates itself from his mouth. Spasms on the floor, leaking blood from both ends. Choking and gagging, Daigo spits out the remainder of the strange creature's length, along with copious amounts of blackish blood. As for the eldritch tongue itself, its spasms come to a stop in the large puddle of the dark liquid. Neighbor gasps for air as his mother helps him back onto his feet and moves him to the nearby sofa. Much to the relief of you two, Daigo already looks much healthier. He even regained his ability to speak. Thank you for everything, he gasps, wiping his forehead with a tissue, slowly calming down. That's when you notice that his mother, her eyes fixed on the dead alien tongue, has grabbed a ruler. She doesn't know what she's doing, Daigo's mother says in a trembling voice. Kneels in front of the creature's slick corpse. Takes the final measurement. It was 4 meters long. Daigo's mother has the remains of the alien creature destroyed at the local crematorium. Daigo himself soon gets better and returns to school. Since that terrible day, you're continuously conscious of your tongue. And you can't find a place for it in your mouth. It feels like it doesn't belong there. Oh, contaminated water. Can't even get my health back anymore. Yeah, that was a unique sort of horror. I've never heard of a haunted, deadly tongue. So yeah, that was a good, creepy little story. Pass all event checks when your reason is lower than 3. That would have been nice to have much, much sooner. And all event checks have a negative modifier that makes them harder. Passing them grants experience. Doesn't matter what I get, this run is extremely over. And considering that, we are going to hop into Crimson Cape. Go to the store. Restock, get turned into dog food. pair of hairy hands reach out of the shop's window and violently pull you into the darkness. A week later, a new mysterious flavor of dog treats is released and becomes a huge hit among the dog shopkeepers. Suzuki flavored. We've been made delicious. Now let's see if we can actually survive a playthrough. Those runs were abysmal. All my rolls were just so bad. Not a ton I could have done about anything there. I essentially had the ill-fated drawback, which makes it so you can't ever pass anything. There's a bit of a death sentence. I'm gonna keep scars. I'm gonna keep the difficulty at its normal level instead of cranking it up in case I get bad rolls again. And for the sake of variety, probably doesn't matter what god I go up against on normal difficulty. So, this is the guy I fight the most often. Ithothu's seen a lot of play. And that is kind of an obnoxious one. Turns out they all have drawbacks. What are the odds? Ithothu it is. Load my preferences and then go to school and manually change my preferences because it doesn't save school yet. Due to a programming error, I guess. Free empty bottle. Highly useful. Let's check out this final new mystery, which is over here. But also, make sure the other things I'm gonna have to do work for me. So what I'd like to do is finally get one of the endings I've never seen before. Frightening Flood has an ending I haven't seen before. None of these ones do, though. I prefer not to get the Frightening Flood ending. Anyone who knows how it's gotten certainly knows why. Morbid Mermaids is a good thing to start with. Morbid Mermaids is a great mystery. But I'd like to get it with something else. Crimson Cape is always fun. And the rest of those are easy to blaze through. Fortunately, no alternate endings amidst any of those options. What do you know? Bad rolls. What are the odds? My classic terrible luck when streaming. In a game that is mostly luck. Yeah, this seems fine. This is certainly a layout. So what I'm gonna do is prepare to get the chainsaw by going through this mystery. Get the chainsaw. Kill Akamanto. Then do the new mystery. And then possibly get the alternate ending to the Frightening Flood. That's what I call a plan. So preparing is kind of costly. Mind wipe, whatever. You don't scare me. Do gotta heal a sliced artery immediately. Just good practice. Never walk around town dripping blood. It just freaks out the locals. What else did I need? Gonna need the gasoline. Yeah, the fuel has to be at the hardware store. Yeah. I was worried for a second that it might have been at the illegal den, but that would have made no sense. So now I just need to face minimum combat as I go through this, and I'll be fine. Panic is bad news, but it's incurable, so we deal with it. That's a dex check, which I managed to fail. Perfect 12. The worst roll you could possibly get, because everything is rolled on a die 12. Security. What was that noise? We entered an abandoned area. Now we fight. Strength check success. We knock out that guard. Minus 5% doom. Glorious. That's a good random event. And I actually passed a check for once in my miserable life. This guy... I can't really fight him. I could kick him to death. That would take forever. So instead, I'm gonna spend that 5% doom that I just got back. Running for my life. Seen the Nico merchant before. I don't know how much it costs to buy his sword, but I think it actually does give you the katana, which makes you pretty much unstoppable. Yeah, couldn't afford his sword, so he gave me a medical kit instead. Oh, that would have cleared up my an artery. Music is glitched in a weird way. It's missing the high notes. Never heard that before. Maybe it's not coming through on recording. Hopefully not. Try and make some money, sure. Don't think there's anything else I have to do as far as... Oh, yeah, the flashlight. That was close. We legitimately cannot get the chainsaw without the flashlight, so... Time to re-roll 1,000 times. Because I'm having the worst luck. But we're good. So I'll just blaze through the rest of this mystery. Run away from all combat. Lose this run to Doom. Eventually. Definitely not within the first two mysteries. Heart of Darkness. Which, yeah, an additional floor in the lighthouse. The class of 1979, I think it was. That was the second enemy I fought. So if I make it to the lighthouse, that'll be important information to have. And I'll probably forget it. Full stats, so I'll take an experience boost. Bringing me closer to 0. Anything else I need? I don't think so. Oh yeah, I've got a great plan, and I will carry on with that plan. Just roll through this mystery, get the chainsaw, get a kill. In an unlit, otherwise empty room, you find a tailoring mannequin. Someone stabbed a knife into it. Small piece of paper attached underneath. The more you look at it, the more uncomfortable the sight becomes. Let's... The knife probably gives me a weapon. So read the paper. Plus 5 experience. Mostly covered in occult symbols arranged in a pattern. One that you think you've seen somewhere else. Here's where Aimee is. Go meet her after we experience the arrival of their master. Branches snap and trunks creak. A gust of cold wind blows. Through the crowded woods, something is here now. Does it see you? Sensing you are not meant to be here. Sneak away through the brush. Plus 1% doom. Hi, Amy. Did you see that? Giant eyeball gazing and bending trees out of shape? Probably not. Stick with Amy for now. I think this is what I always do. So I've showed off this ending many times. Use a light source. Get a chainsaw. Use the fuel. Become unstoppable. Now it doesn't matter what I do. Although I think my chance to hit is still miserable, so. There will be a small chance of failure in most combat scenarios, but my stats are completely maxed out and my doom is very, very high. Maybe I can go to the monument, spend a lot of stuff, but I have no actual money, which is important. According to a story you've heard, a powerful magician was buried here, under the floor, during the war. He was said to have been a worshipper of an eldritch being, so we pry up the planks, find a very old skeleton hidden down there. Quickly notice that the head is missing, and has been replaced by a clean, polished skull, bound by ropes and marked with occult symbols. My skull now. Random result when casting a spell. I have no spells, so the skull is going to be deadly silent, despite its constant efforts to speak. Keep following Amy. Chamber of Spirals. Very peculiar. Someone has drawn runes in a spiral pattern in this room, leading from the very entrance to the middle of the room. Let's follow that pattern. Now let's check severe failure. Minus 15 experience. Brutal. Never gonna get out of that negative. Follow the pattern, not understanding the nature. By the time you finish the middle of the room, you start forgetting things you've learned in the past few days. Here's our humble host, being threatening. Sixth missing girl, Uchan, daughter of local politician, has disappeared. Let's explore the mansion. Knowledge check success, I'll take that. Minus 2 reason, of course. Blood trail leading to a room filled with cut-off lips. What was she doing here? Kissing a blender. Like you do. Ichiro-san's here to stab Amy. But he gets killed by his own painting. Now we gotta kill it back. Yeah, even that wouldn't do it in if every single hit actually landed. So I'm gonna brace. Gonna guarantee this. That's a very good course of action. It is an odd choice that his sprite is visibly blood spattered, but he hasn't done any crimes yet. Well, he intends to do crimes. Typically, intent does not spatter one with blood. Oh wait, prep, attack, prep, yeah. I'm 1 attack short still. So I'm gonna do this again. What did I get? Swollen joint? Could stab it with a needle and see what happens. Feel like that would not have a good outcome. There we go. Saw through that painting as I have many times before. Freaky Flood is always obnoxious. Can I sell the skull? No, no one wants to buy it. Still haven't spent any stamina. I still don't need that bottle of water that I lucked into. I guess I will take this. And how do I use this? Heal one major injury while keeping this in the inventory. This is a minor injury, so I guess I'm not allowed to heal it. But I'm very powerful now, so it doesn't matter. I don't need to run away from things, I can just murder them with a chainsaw. Unless they happen to be ghosts. Ghosts can still kill me very badly. So we're going for that Crimson Cape now. I want to get that mask and wear a double mask again because that's funny. In order to get the mask, I have to fight human Akamanto, which means I can't get the gossip. Or I can, and then I just won't use it. But it costs a lot of doom to get the gossip in the first place, so not wise to get it. And Aimi restores one reason, sporadically. I think I need to dig up more money. At the cost of lose one reason at the start of each enemy encounter. Expensive. It's going to more than outweigh the benefit of Aimi. But it will allow me to burn off some doom. Fortunately, I gotta do it again. Now Holes is back. This guy wants nothing but money. Please take my stamina. I'm desperate to get rid of stamina. Nothing I do will get rid of any stamina. There we go. -1 stamina. Thing of beauty. The inevitability of doom. Exhausted and battered, you lean against the wall and slump down to the ground. You ask yourself if it is really worth the effort. Begin to think that we are all going to dissolve to dust, in time immortal, and be all but forgotten, like the insignificant specks of nothingness that we are. We can allow that. We can try to prevent that from happening. Or just continue to fight despite. Strike check success. Sudden jolt of adrenaline courses through your body. Get up with blood pumping faster than ever. Say to yourself that you may be nothing, but god damn it if you go down without a fight. +2 reason. Hell yeah. We're gonna be the best nothing we can be. And keep investigating. School is a corpse full of spiders. Plus us, the 2 reason we just got back. Hidden cults, more curses. When I get masochistic. Hey, more reason regain. At the cost of max reason. That ain't too bad. Labyrinth virus. One of the library's computers has been infected by one of the delinquents of the school. Supposedly, if you manage to navigate your mouse through the twisted labyrinth, said virus will be lifted, allowing access. Like this. I solved the thing with my very high luck. Apparently what they claimed was true after all. Computer switches back to normal, allowing you passage for quick research. The teachers thank you for volunteering and offer you info to some informative websites. Neat. What have we here? A grave robber. 17 stamina we can cut through pretty quickly. Chance to hit, still miserable, but I land 3 of these, and we win. So let's boost them. I think I won the action too many. Why would that be the case? 3, 6... Yeah, 8 actions is the limit. Bit arbitrary. Paid off anyway. We're heading for that cursed toilet. Found a picture of Miyu. Let's... inspect the girl. Minus 1 reason. Didn't seem to help much of anything. There's a whole, like, string of unique Miyu events. It's like a sub-mystery that appears randomly throughout various parts of town. I have not seen all of them. It is very difficult to piece that all together. Anyway, let's chainsaw up old Akamanto. Blue paper, minus 4 stamina. I think one of those only costs 3 stamina and the other one costs 4. And I always pick the wrong one. Okay. Do I just go for it? Or attempt to apply some strategy? That's 8 damage. And then... yeah, I think my layout from last time is gonna serve me well again. Now I can just guarantee this. Boom. Get the crestfallen mask. Minus 10% doom. Pretty much exactly what I need. Now I'm morbidly curious if there's a faceless variant of Suzuki. Oh, also, speaking of variants of Suzuki turned her into a bug, a common rider. And actually use my bottle of water for once. Beautiful. You know, we have so many ways to recover reason. I'm actually going to put that in stamina. So let's see the new mystery, and then die horribly during the frightening flood. That seems like the best way we could do this. Okay. I might have misremembered, and Crestfallen always does 4 stamina. No matter which paper you pick. Right. Recently, a strange new affliction befell the citizens of Shiokawa. People visiting the downtown park develop rashes on their bodies, have trouble breathing, and some even begin suffering from cardiac arrhythmia. Doctors who treated the patients, recognizing the symptoms, believe the poisonings are caused by vaccine toxins, which are released by yew trees. But the only yew tree in the downtown park is an old, yellowed specimen, growing in the remote corner of the park. If it is truly a mass poisoning caused by the toxin of a yew tree, the doctors at the hospital should have all the information you need. This mystery seems oddly well researched. Or at least creative about a specific thing. I don't know if these are actual scientific facts, but curious. Very curious indeed. I don't think we need to do any preparation anymore throughout any part of the playthrough. It's the Mean Girls. Like, oh my gosh. Can you believe it? Let's, we reported them last time because they were going to sacrifice one of their classmates. Maybe I ignored them last time because I wanted them to do that. Let's intervene. Like, what do you want? Can't you see we're busy? You firmly walk up to them and open up your backpack, promising to show them what the old god is really like. One by one, their expressions falter as you show them the evidence you've accumulated. Like, oh my god, is that real? Oh no, we'll leave Yuki alone, we promise. That's a happy ending, I guess. It's hard to do that voice for actually reasonable dialogue, so did a sort of fall apart at the end there. Tragically, doctors confirm that the toxins found in bodies of the victims are taxine alkaloids. They are baffled at the scale of the poisoning, though. Maybe some of the patients admitted to the hospital could tell you something more. Let's have a chat with some patients. Take a moment to rest. Oh, we've seen this one. Not long ago. Pretending did not work out. So we just say we're not that guy. I heard it, a voice calling from the tree. A young man tells you with a raspy voice. It was screaming that it will kill them all. You gotta believe me, the tree talked to me. I'm not mad. It's time to check the park for clues. Could the old tree be hiding some strange secrets? It better be. Because we got a mystery to solve. Without secrets, there's no mystery. From people living near the park, you hear a story. Over 100 years ago, local authorities executed a criminal at the spot where the old yew tree stands today. It was the last beheading ever performed in Shiokawa. You wonder if the city archives have something about this. Interesting. That's basically the story of the witch tree as well. Shiokawa loves to unjustly murder people and then put a tree there to commemorate their unjust murders. Plus 4% doom for no reason. Always love that. Not only the archives confirm the story, you learn from them that all the people involved in criminal's death suffered terrible accidents and died young, including the executioner. You're surprised to learn that the executioner's grandson still lives near the city docks. So these mysteries were included in a pack that had been spruced up with typo corrections and some slightly improved artwork, but still missing some typos. Maybe I should tell Haspin about that. Group of delinquents challenge you to a race to the edge of the cliff overlooking the sea. One of their cars blocks the road back. It seems you have little choice. Well then, let's drive off the cliff. Let's not drive off the cliff. Let's race to the edge. Luck check success. Left with no real options, you agree to their terms. You screech to a stop at the edge of the cliff, right alongside your opponent. The delinquents boom with laughter and cheers. You've managed to hang on. And we impressed some no-good teens. That's the most important thing. So I can't escape, so stealth doesn't help me. Hopefully I won't drop below 3 reason anytime soon, so survival instinct is probably nothing. I have been making a lot of luck checks. I'll take that. And boost my strength, so that I chainsaw even better. When you arrive at the old man's house, he listens to you carefully. I've heard about the recent accidents, my child, he says with a calm tone of voice. This will take a while to explain, so come in. Let's talk this over some tea. That's a common turn of phrase. The old man explains to you that the tree turned yellow when the criminal's spirit inhabited it. I've looked for years to find a way to banish the criminal spirit and lift the curse, but now I'm too old to do it myself. He puts some papers in front of you, filled with instructions and creepy schematics. The question is, can you do it? I agree that we certainly can. The old man explains to you the morbid ritual. You need to cut your palms and feet a bit, then perform a dance around the tree 3 times. This will appease the ghost and force it out of the tree. You start to regret agreeing to this. That is mildly regrettable. Speaking of regrettable things, I'm filled with morbid curiosity. I'm going to stab my swollen joint. You prick it with a needle. A geyser of foul-smelling whitish-yellow pus bursts out, and you scream in pain. Shouldn't a doctor see this? -2 stamina, -1 max stamina. No more swollen ankle. I'll take -2 stamina to get rid of that. As you make your way towards the downtown park, you wonder perhaps if the spirit can be banished in another way. Or is the ritualistic dance the only solution? We're going to be doing a lot of ritualistic dances if all goes according to plan. Entering the park, you walk towards the area where the old and gnarled yew stands alone. Taking off your shoes, you wonder if there's any other way to banish the criminal's spirit without having to cut yourself up. Investigate the tree, do the bloodletting. Surely the bloodletting is more interesting, so... Blood dance, go! Dex check failure, -4 stamina. Cut your palms and feet, but your clumsy movements require you to perform the ritual several times, making new incisions every time. Bleeding and in pain, you finally hear a scream coming from the tree. You see a face in the bark, rapidly disintegrating. I feel like investigate would have led to an actual boss fight, which might have been interesting. I'm about to die if I don't drink this water. Always drink water, folks. Very important. Taking my own advice for a second there. Exhausted, you collapse to your knees as the old yew's branches start to twist and break off. As the tree starts to rot and wither in front of you, dark vapor rises from the exposed timber. So we investigate. You watch as the dark vapor forms a swirl that climbs toward the sky and slowly dissipates into nothing. Shakily, you return to the executioner's elderly grandson to inform him of your success. You gasp in shock when you see an ambulance parked in front of his house, the vehicle's lights flickering rapidly. After you watch the paramedics carry the body of the old man into the ambulance, you introduce yourself to one of them as the old man's relative. Sorry for your loss. We believe it was cardiac arrest. One of your neighbors found him outside, but it was already too late when we arrived. Returning home, you shiver as troubling thoughts enter your mind. Did the old man pass away after you banished the criminal's ghost? Or maybe he was the wrathful spirit's final victim. You can be sure of one thing, though. With the criminal spirit banished, no more people will fall victim to his curse. Your city is safe, once again. Many of the patients suffering from taxine poisoning are able to recover fully in the coming days. In the meanwhile, you learn that the local authorities have decided to cut the withered yew tree down, just in case, they claim. And now there's a curfew. Well, my reason is through the roof. Stamina couldn't afford to be much worse, but it's within acceptable ranges now. Let's check out that frightening flood. Ending C is still absent. I'm gonna go for it. So this is all about researchers. They find a big rock in an obscure village. Then they disappear. Somehow word about the rock spreads to us, despite their disappearance. I've never quite worked out how that is meant to work, but... Now we need to kill this guy. 4 times 8 would be quite lethal. In fact, 3 times 8 would get the job done. 4 times 6 would also kill him. But that is a greater chance of failure. Oh yeah, this game is coming out on Switch in the summer. That is pretty awesome. That's right, I can boost these twice. Yeah. Missed the first one anyway. And the last one. Brutal. Well, we'll guarantee the hits then. Yeah, it'll be nice to have more people playing this game. I imagine console versions would be especially cool. Like portable console versions? That sounds like a damn good time. Also, more content when it finally comes out. That's probably what I am most excited for, because I don't own a Switch. Here are the researchers. I guess I'll rest. Not allowed to rest. Never mind. Into the school. Mortal attempts, eh? Walking to your destination, you happen to see a team of firefighters. Ah, yes. I'm going to ask them what happened. Win prize B. This one has been patched and now works, and I have the old broken version still. Unfortunately. The research notes don't actually help you do anything. I'll take a steak. Yum. Delicious. Can I rest now? Yes. Back to the school. That should get us one of the researchers. And the drain swimmer, whose face is melted. What can I do? I can take 3 damage unless I land a bunch of these hits. What you'd want is this. Can I guarantee all those? Nah. Close. I think that's the best I can do. Hey, beautiful. Exactly 20 damage. I kind of don't want to save the researchers because they reduce the amount of damage you take. Kodo is a former classmate. She looks happy and relaxed. And then we notice some blood. Blood is pouring from somewhere inside of her body. And we lose 3 reason. I can just rest through the remainder of this. Right back into the school, whatever. First signs. Here we go. You escape the village at the rock formation. As you get closer to the bridge leading out of the village, Matsuda-san suddenly stops. I know this tune. Before you can react, he begins to undress and runs into the darkness. Shocked, you begin to hear a faint moaning coming from the rock formation. What you see there feels unreal. All the villagers are naked. They're dancing around the pillars as something slowly emerges from the river. It's Tessithera. And there's a fertility dance going on. So, what we actually want to do is nothing. Against all odds. Just waste every single turn. Take a ton of reason damage there, such that this might kill me. Nope, 1 left. Here we go. When the sun rises again, the river level lowers again, leaving the fields fertile. In 9 months, a new generation of Kaibara villagers will be born. With your mind broken after the ritual, you will be kept alive, at least until the day your child is born. Disturbing. But that is ending C, and that is why you don't want ending C. Wanted to get it anyway, completionist that I am. And yeah, we didn't need to see another successful playthrough of this game. That is its own success, because I actually did a thing I've never done before. It's one of the worst endings you can possibly get. Even, like, getting eaten by the dogs. Way better. But yeah, in case you haven't seen it, that is the least likely to get ending of the newest mystery, and one of the least likely to get endings in the entire game. I was actually, like, angry when I heard the method to get that third ending. Kind of angry to have accomplished it as well. But the new mysteries were good. Honestly, I ended on the weakest one. The first two were very, very strong, and then the third one was fine. Adequate. Really like those first two, though. And that's World of Horror. I'll be back with more of it. Eventually. Because I love this game and people actually watch when I play it. So thanks for joining me, as always.